I will say that I did for a long time always kind of know that I wanted to raise a child, and it kind of did excite me, the idea of having, this little person that was a combination of my DNA and somebody that I love, and just being able to see our features and be able to raise him or her. And it is something that has kind of always been in the back of my mind, but not until I met my wonderful wife did it finally come to fruition. I guess, in some ways I was a little surprised that he would have such a personality already, that just right out of the womb, before he was halfway out, he already was crying, and even the doctor was surprised. I guess that's one thing that's kind of surprised me, is how quickly I've already was able to, grow a bond with him by just the moment he was born. So that's, I guess, my main surprise. Hardest thing about being a new dad. Lot of expectations, or maybe self-imposed primarily, but a lot of pressure to be a good dad. I definitely, want to do everything that I can for my son, and so many different things that I want to teach him, but I don't want to pressure him. And since I'd spent 4 years teaching, I've seen the negative side of a lot of different types of parenting, but I've also seen a lot of the good sides, and I just hope that I can live up to at least some of the good and as little of the bad as possible. One of the most appealing things about a baby box is really the fact that you have kind of this accumulation of knowledge and wisdom from a parent, that instead of just telling you, oh, you're going to need a lot of those, instead of all these things that you read about in a book, which you could write your own book about those books, you really instead you get all these different things that you're going to need without having to do the research for which ones are the ones that don't have toxins in them, which ones are organic. You're automatically given this box full of all these great items, and in addition to that, different information about other items that you may need or want depending on your baby. But then also you have this great portable, lightweight sleeping area that you can take and set on the table with you or on the desk while you're working, so you can always have your baby in sight. You can set it down on the floor next to your bed, and it's just really wonderful. Right now we're using the baby box in many different ways. Like, we really like to use it right now as he's sleeping. We'll have it next to our bed, and it's so great to be able to just look down and see him right there. We also sometimes will, during the day, we'll have him inside it while we're all together, so everybody can see him and everybody can spend time with him, but he's comfortable and all protected. One thing I also like is we have a really big bed, so sometimes we can even place it directly in the middle of the bed, mind you, but then we can sort of sleep next to him with this giant protective barrier around him, and we're so close to him that if he makes any noises, we can always hear that as well. So it's really nice to have this portable bed that also gives us a chance to always keep a good eye on Isaac and make sure that he's not, struggling with something or anything.